Hello snowboarders of the internet, I'm your host Avran LeFeber, and in this video we're going to be reviewing the new K2 Sky Pilot. So if you're thinking of picking this up online, we do have affiliate links down in the description below. But if you're going to your local shop, slap them a high five and say we sent you in, because we love our local shops. This board features K2's directional combination camber, so what you get is a longer rocker in the nose, camber through the middle, rocker in the tail, and you got 3D shaping in the tips. So that camber section is going to give you all the load, pop, snap, and drive, while that rocker with that 3D is going to give you ease of entry in and out of turns, as well as more optimal powder float. This board's available in 148, 151, 154, 157, 160, and 163 for you big dogs. I rode this board at Arapahoe Basin on a day that had gotten about a half a foot of snow overnight. You had low to high cloud coverage, so it was kind of gray out in there. The temps were warming, so the snow went from light and blower to heavy and choppy. You had some chop and chunder from that midday powder panic. The groomers were covered in fresh snow, so setting an edge was really easy. And I used my Rome Black Label bindings in my K2 Thraxis boots. The overall flex of this board comes in just past middle of the road, which makes it a little bit more precise, but you can still be playful with it. Now you've got some nice areas to play on the nose where that rocker is right where it meets the camber, and then on the tail it's the exact same thing. Torsionally, the flex on this matches up to the overall flex of this. It's snappy and responsive, but it's easy to engage. Now, one thing I want to be clear on, I was on the 154, I should have been on the 57, I didn't have a choice, I got what we got, that was it. 57 would have been a little more ideal, I know that, but in really heavy rutted out terrain, as long as I kept my knees bent, I didn't get bucked around. If I started to get lazy, I was leaning back, had my front legs stretched out while I was trying to float the tail down and push off of it, yeah, I could feel it. On a groomer at speeds, you get a little flap and you might slightly feel that underfoot, but it's so minimal, you're not. And when you're really just pointing it in this thing in fresh untracked snow, unless you sink that tail and hit like an iceberg underneath, you weren't feeling shit. This thing would just cut through the snow with absolute ease. With this having camber underfoot, you've got to load it up, and when you roll back on the tail, it acts like a little springboard and you're going to be able to pop up and out. The big thing with this board is go fast, load hard, pop hard. You're going to enjoy it. If you don't, it's a little bit soggy. At the end of the day, if you're not being calculated with this because you're worn down, your pop isn't gonna look that good. You're just gonna have some issues getting it up in the air. But by and large, this board will snap if you know what you're doing, and what you put in is what you're gonna get out. All right, we're about halfway through this review. Go down, give it a thumbs up if you're enjoying it, or don't. Who am I to tell you what to do? And if you haven't already, why don't you subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications, that way you're not missing any of the programming we've got coming out for you. What I like about this board is that you got rocker in the tips plus 3D shaping. With that beveling up at the edge, when you're in fresh snow or even heavy snow, it helps funnel it out. And when you pop a 180, land on that nose, you're gonna feel some fight from that camber section, but with that 3D, it's funneling the snow, it's not hooking up as much. Yeah, you're gonna get pop out of what you do, and you have to put in a little bit more work than you would think for it. But for what this board is, you can pow butter with ease, and even on a groomer, you can still get it to swizzle and sizzle. It just takes a little extra work to push into it. This thing was great on a groomer. What I liked about it was it would swoop in hard and aggressive into a turn, and you could drive it, and then it would kind of tone itself down, and you could be a little bit more mellow with it and enjoy the carve, then re-engage off that back foot and drive it back out. This board has power when you need it, but you can be laid back, and that 3D shaping doesn't reduce the edge bite, in my opinion. You're not gonna feel like it's not tracking right, it's not able to grip. It's there, but it helps you when it's just funneling that snow out and allowing you to glide a little bit faster. By and large, short, tight, quick carves and medium mellow carves are absolutely amazing, and when you wanna lay a trench with this, you can. This thing has that power to do that. Overall, blown away with how this thing rode in a carve. Rider in mind, this board is definitely for the free ride freestylist, someone that's spinning off cornices, doing pow butters, throwing up slashes, and still wants to charge. Like what we're doing over here? Want to support us further? Swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP and become a member. Sure, I could tell you more here, but I got a video over there that explains it so much better. Just want to stress this again. Yes, I should have been on the 157, but being on the 54, still happy with how this thing rode. That 3D shaping works great, funnels that snow out. This board has pop when you load it up that's consistent. You know what you're gonna get out of it. It's playful where you want it, but still has a level of precision to it. In my opinion, this feels like a combination of the Excavator, the Antidote, with a little hint of the Alchemist rolled in there. By and large, great board. Really enjoyed riding this. Comparable boards, the Slash ATV, the Ravine Pro, the Nerd Relic. Binding recommendations, the K2 edition, the Rome Katana AW wrap, the Union Falcor. All right, this has been my review of the Sky Pilot. Are you gonna be a Sky Pilot? You're not? Well then go watch one of our other reviews. Do it now, I dare you. You won't.